Hello, we're gonna talk about the article that we're supposed to be discussing, and the name is Teaching English as a Foreign Languages Through Literature. This article start talking about the quality of the book. I think the quality of a book is almost a personal judgment because maybe what you think that is quality or what you think is a very good book is not my perception of a good book, but mainly point out some tips in the article that may help us pursue or to judge a book. The ones that I can highlight for you are the settings, that it should be a simple setting. The characters, there must be like one or two main characters that we focus on. It must have an introduction, a goal, a problem or conflict, and then a solution that will help us engage the reader into the story. It must show us different perspectives that can help too. It also must be a significant truth that we can relate, have precise words according to the age that we want to approach, and it must have a convincing plot. The illustrations are a point that is very, very important. We have to look for books according to the age, and the illustrations must be according to the age that we are trying to approach to, and the characters must be believable, something that we can relate to. Those characteristics will help us judge a book and may help us to engage the reader too, so we have to take them into account. Also, we have another example that doesn't follow that much those rules, that is this one. I wanted to show it because I also think that these kinds of books are very important. This is a book that we use in first grade in the school that I work. It's a book that doesn't have a setting exactly, doesn't have characters, but it's a book that can help us to teach the language or to make them learn the language. It's a book for the ABC. It's called K. It's for Kissing a Cool Kangaroo. If you can see, it's for the alphabet, the ABC. And every page is like a little story. Okay, we have right here the letter A, so that helps us to teach the children how the sound is gonna be of the vocals and of the ABC. Also, it has a little short sentence in every page that will help us to pronounce the sound also and to make them gain a little bit of vocabulary. But each page is kind of a different thing and it's related to something different. How can this help? Even if it doesn't follow those tips, this can help us to teach the ABC for them. That is an example. Also, I have an example for an upper level. This is a book for fourth graders. It's the famous right now Nancy Clancy. This is my daughter's book. It's a book that if you can see, it's different. It's a hardcover. The illustrations, the colors are completely different from the other one. And it's black and white. Surprise, the illustrations are in a color. But this is also very appealing for kids. Actually, she's on trend right now. My daughter has a very big collection of her and also all her classmates. If you see the font of the letters, the illustrations are kind of different, but it follows the instruction. It has a setting, has simple things, have characters, have a story, have a conflict, and then a solution. So these are the books that I think they're very helpful for them, and also we can introduce them in our lesson plans. We can have them also as a resource, and it's something that they like. Also in the article, it talks about the comprehensive input. What is this? Okay, this divides in two. We got the language acquisition, that focus only on the comprehension of the language. Then we have the language learning that focus only on the rules of grammar. Both of them are very important. We have right now that if we combine those two and if we put attention on those two, it's a natural way for them to acquire the language in a natural way. So we have to take them into account too. In early years, the application of literature can help us in many ways. What are the ways that can help us? Okay, we have the listening. It can help on developing vocabulary and understanding. We have the shared reading. That is when the teacher is gonna do something for the kids. It's gonna help for them to pronunciation and phrasing. We're teaching them how to say the words and how to produce by themselves because we can make them repeat too. We have the independent reading that we're gonna give, like in this book, we can give it to a reader and it's gonna be a topic of their interested. They're gonna follow it and they're gonna like to read it and they wanna read more and more and more about it, and that it's always a good thing too. We got the other things that is drama, story theater, creative drama, and role play. The role play is one that I really like because we can introduce it as a social cultural approach, and that can help us to teach them different cultures. We have, as teachers, as the future teachers and teachers, we have a challenge, and it's that we have to make the kids be more critical thinking. We have to make them get out from the boxes, and books can help us doing that. If we use the books correctly, and if we find very good books for them that can help us to develop a culture of reading in them, and if we develop that, it's gonna help for the future of them because they're gonna have more skills than the kids that don't read, and it's something very good. And the vocabulary, pronunciation, the fluency, the culture, I think is gonna help too. So I think if we really use books in a good way, they can be a very reliable resource as teachers, and also they're gonna like it too. So that's why I think it's important to read too. Okay, thank you.